It's more than just your output, more than a bike. When you hear your shout out, you know it's all right. Put on your magic pants and let's go. We're cruising into the power zone. Clip in, set yourself free. Come on and take a ride with me. Know what you need to know and what's it all about. Everything you need, it's on the Clip Out.
Welcome to the Clip Out Podcast, episode 463. This is Crystal O'Keefe.
And this is Tom O'Keefe. It's funny, right before we were starting, you have your coffee.
Yeah.
And it's so weird because I bought you one of those coffee cups that like has a little heater in the bottom.
Yeah.
So it stays warm.
And I love it.
I also have a little heater on my bottom. And you were like, is my coffee cup on? I'm like, it's so weird to be like, is my coffee cup on?
Oh, but it's so delightful because I can really take my time and drink the coffee as slowly as I want, and it stays the same temperature the entire time, and it's amazing.
We need something like that for soda. Keep my soda cold the whole time
Yes.
without utilizing ice.
They haven't made that yet.
Yeah.
Sorry.
But
Get right on that.
Yes, please. So, but yeah, I was just like, well, at least it's not like one of those things that connects to Wi-Fi. How like everything now connects to Wi-Fi, whether
know.
you need it to or not.
Yeah, it's
So,
I don't need my coffee cup on Wi-Fi. I really don't.
but you want your coffee to tweet?
I don't even tweet.
So what, pray tell, if we sound sluggish, it's because we're sluggish. We have company with people staying with us, and we were up late last night visiting.
Yes.
And so we were.
And it's been wonderful having them here,
Yes.
but I am not accustomed to not sleeping my full sleep.
Like, oh no. So Peloton's still a thing?
It is.
Keep
It
pedaling?
is. Yeah.
We're done.
Yeah.
So what, pray tell, do you have in store for people this week?
We are going to talk about Peloton's BreathWrk expansion, the partnership that it's not even a partnership. They acquired BreathWrk, and as they have acquired BreathWrk, that has changed. So we will talk about that. We are going to talk about the new Faces of Fitness place that you're going to see Peloton instructors. We're also going to talk about music substitution. This has been a really big hot topic.
Yeah.
And we have an official statement from Peloton.
Oh, you did not tell me this, so this will be news to me.
I thought I sent it to you. Okay. And then Peloton put out a challenge this month and added a new tier to it. So we'll talk about that, what that means. They've got very limited time, 0% financing on all equipment. We'll talk about that. They also are expanding their partnership with Hospital for Special Surgery. And we've got tons of news for the instructors. We've got Tunde coming out with her very own Peloton apparel collection that everyone is super excited about. Ash Pryor back on the schedule sooner than expected. Selena is back. Olivia Amato is back. Guess, you will never guess who was in studio for Alex Toussaint's Club Bangers. This will blow your mind.
Yes.
I can't wait to talk about this.
Every week you send me the topics, and then I put them in order.
Yeah.
And when you sent this to me, you had the last names.
Yes.
Just the last names. Which, if you're a Peloton person, you should recognize immediately.
Instantly.
And I was like...
But seeing them together...
And in a class, I was like, who are these people?
Mm-hmm.
Who are we talking about?
Mm-hmm.
Because I was like, this doesn't make any sense. So,
yeah.
So that was a surprising one. So yes.
Yes.
I agree wholeheartedly.
And we also have an interesting update about Whoop and past guest update that is lovely, and I can't wait to share with you guys. Plus, we have content, all the new content that's hit, all the things that have already been out, but you definitely don't want to miss. We have all of the content highlights as well.
Before we dig in, shameless plugs, don't forget we're available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, iHeart, TuneIn, wherever you find a podcast, you can find us. While you are there, be sure and follow us so you never miss an episode. Maybe leave us a review. Super helpful. Very much appreciated. You can find us on Facebook, facebook.com/Clip the clip out while you're there. Like the page, join the group. We also have a Patreon, so if you would like to support us with more than just maybe the occasional share in your Facebook feed, you can open up your wallet, give us some money. It's $5 a month, but we give you things for that $5 a month.
We sure do.
You get ad-free episodes, you get early episodes, and you get bonus episodes to the tune of one a week. Every regular episode gets a bonus compendium episode, including all the things that we did not have time to get to, or adjacent health news articles that we find interesting. The latest trend in fitness,
Yeah.
rage workouts.
Okay.
So we'll talk about that.
Yeah. I've got questions.
We will also talk about the latest cosmetic trend
For men.
for men.
Mm-hmm.
I guess we have to say PC for penis havers.
That's true.
They now have filler for your penis. So we will dig into that. And there's a comment from someone who had it done in this article
Okay.
that is unintentionally laugh out loud funny.
Oh, I can't wait.
They are so clueless about what they're saying, and I had to stop and reread it
Wow.
because I was just like, wait. Did this dipshit really say what I think? Yeah, no, he said that.
Okay.
Okay. So we will also still talk about Peloton stuff as well, in case that's not enough for you.
Yeah.
The bonus doesn't have filler. I'll tell you that. But we will cover all the instructor news that we didn't have time to get to in this episode, including which instructor has added a half marathon.
Interesting.
Wait,
I don't even
I have
know.
that wrong. A half Ironman.
Oh,
To
okay.
his-
Okay. That makes more sense. Now I know
or
what we're talking
her
about.
List of things to achieve. So
Okay.
that's all over on the bonus. You can also watch us on the YouTube and sign up for the newsletter at theclipout.com. We will send all the links and stuff to you in a mostly weekly digest. So there's all that. Let's dig in, shall we?
We shall.
Peloton in the news.
Peloton's BreathWrk, like you said, we can't really call it a partnership, can
Not
we?
really.
It's just theirs now.
It is.
But they're doing even more with it.
Yeah, I thought this was really cool. They announced this week that soon Peloton instructors are going to be able to add their own content to the BreathWrk platform. And then the very next day, they announced that Chelsea had a 7-day program that she put on the platform. And we will continue to see Peloton instructors add it, and they can add it at their own pace. So we will continue to see this roll out. I will also say that if you're like, because I already had somebody tell me that, go do your update in your Google store.
Yeah.
And
Or your Apples.
yeah, sorry, Apple Store. And once you do that, then you have to relog in. And I will also say there's appearing to be a little bit of a problem getting that to reintegrate. So my guess is that as part of this, they're having some technical difficulties. So
Gotcha.
I think everybody just needs to give it a couple days. They'll get it figured out.
Would
It'll
you
be fine.
would you recommend
Mm-hmm.
that they just take a breath?
I would.
Okay.
I would. Like, I literally have a person that's like, it's not even available on Google. It's only available on Apple. I'm like, but that's not true. That's not, no.
This is a app where it's very important to get your blue dots. You should be breathing every day. That's my medical recommendation.
Thank you for giving that medical recommendation.
I am now a doctor.
Wow. Well, I think that the cool part about BreathWrk, because I have used the different classes, and they have all kinds of different kinds of breathing techniques that you can do. Like if you're getting ready to do a workout, they have some that help you warm up and get your body like ready to go. But then they also have ones that are like, okay, it's time to cool down. It's time to get ready to go to sleep. And they have breath exercises that help you slow down your breathing. And then, of course, they have ones that also help you with like managing your stress and things like that. They have a lot of different ones, and I really do like it. I really need to make a point to use it more than I do.
Yeah.
So I think it's cool that they're going to have Peloton instructors on it, and I'm looking forward to it. But BreathWrk is available on the Apple Store and Google Play. It's just, I think they're having a little bit of, like I said, technical difficulties getting all the integrations. They made quite a large update to this.
Gotcha. So Peloton has announced its Faces of Fitness Miami 2026 lineup.
Yeah, you might remember when we talked about Faces of Fitness for Chicago, we talked about the fact that there were already pictures up for Miami.
Yeah.
And there was a Peloton instructor on it. And so we were like, ooh, maybe they're going to be at Faces of Fitness Miami. And they are. This will be the first year that Peloton instructors are going to be at Faces of Fitness Miami. And this year, it's on day 2, they're going to have Camila, Tunde, and Rad together for a body weight strength class. And that's on day 2. I also heard there was going to be another instructor for day 1. So we will be announcing that when the time is right. So that's really exciting for people. You can get tickets and you can go to this. And not only can you get access to Peloton instructors through this, but there's all kinds of Faces of Fitness that are there, and you can experience a ton of different fitness.
There are no other faces in fitness.
So this will be cool. And I know there's a lot of people that are really excited about this, especially people who live in the Florida area,
Yeah.
Miami area, just any southern state, and you can't just pop up to New York anytime you want. So
Yeah,
there's a lot of people excited about it.
This is your time to shine.
It is. It is.
So over on the Reddit, people were talking about music substitution.
Yes. So we've talked about before that Peloton will take classes and pull songs and replace them with other songs. And we've also talked before about how that seems to be a licensing
Yeah.
issue, that sometimes like, oh, that song's no longer there, no longer in our purview, so now we need to swap it out.
Not like a radio station where they pay a flat fee and then they can play any song that they want.
No, I wish people understood that. I mean, I think I think our listeners understand that, but I
Yeah.
think there's a lot of people in the general Peloton ecosystem that do not understand that.
Yeah.
And I find it very frustrating because there's these, I mean, Reddit is not exactly known for its positivity. Okay. So you got to know that going in, but they say things that are just like completely wrong,
Yeah.
you know, like it's frustrating.
Which is also can be frustrating because there are lots of times where Reddit threads are very helpful for different topics.
so true. It's so true. I mean, though it is not the most positive place, it is a great place to get some of the downsides of things where you want to know both the good and the bad.
Right.
You can get a lot of information that's a deep dive on the bad. So it is helpful to have.
Yeah.
But anyway, one of the comments that came up in a Reddit thread about this was talking about there was a class that Dennis did where they had 3 other songs in the class and they swapped it out for a 10-minute Dream Theater song.
Which for Dream Theater is short.
And dude, I believe that.
Dream Theater has some long songs.
It was really funny because I'm kind of putting Elizabeth on the spot here. She had no idea who Dream Theater was. Like none.
That's not crazy to me.
No, it's not
Yeah.
crazy, but she didn't know they had been around forever. That was
Oh,
like
yeah.
she thought they were new.
Yeah,
that
no.
was the funny
Yeah.
part.
No, they've been
Um,
around since I think their first album I want to say was like 89.
Yes, yes, she did. She did put that in her information yesterday because she put an article together about this. And
I did not read that article. I feel like a magician. We have not met before. I just pulled 89 out of my head. And got it right. Holy cow.
I'm trying to pull up the information that she wrote here.
But Dream Theater is like prog metal. And
That yes, yeah.
And so they've always had and it's very for metal, it's also it's very intricate and complicated musicianship. It's one of the premier bands in terms of technical expertise. Like they're very, very skilled.
Well, in the lineup of that particular class, because Elizabeth did the research, I can't find her comments right now because why would I find comments when I need them? This is what happens when you're too tired to look. But
Yeah.
but I do remember her saying that it was like a prog rock class, and they pulled out 3 other songs and put this one in.
Right.
But rock is not the same as metal, and so I still am not confident that was a good swap out.
Yeah.
But the other thing that's happening and is very notable is that they are muting the instructors during these because now their commentary
They're
makes
referencing the
no
song that's
sense.
being played, but now
Yeah.
that song isn't there, so what they're saying makes no sense.
Yeah. And it's understandable that's what they're doing, but it's confusing that
Sure.
that's what they're doing. Not to mention the fact that this has always kind of been an older class problem. Well, recently people are seeing it happen on much newer
Right.
classes, like classes that could be put up as recent as last week.
Yeah.
And so we reached out to Peloton to ask them, like, what's going on here? I mean, we can guess.
Yeah.
We can make
I
some
believe
assumptions.
our official question was,
What up?
what up?
And the statement that we got back was, we are constantly updating our library to ensure we offer a wide variety of content across all platforms. Some of our floor and outdoor classes now feature high quality music from lesser known artists. This allows us to expand our class offerings and maintain a diverse library of classes.
First off, I hear lesser known is cheaper. But also, like, did you mention this class specifically? I'm just curious in your question.
I sent the entire Reddit
Okay.
thread that came to my attention. There are lots of there's lots of
Yeah.
conversations about that's happening in a lot of places.
Yeah.
But I specifically sent this one because it mentioned the Dream Theater.
Well, it's just funny because it's like, one, I would not consider Dream Theater lesser known. And, like, I mean, they.
Well, it's also not a floor class and it's not an outdoor class.
Right.
So it meets yeah. I thought it was
Like, I get Dream Theater isn't necessarily a household name, but
definitely.
they're a very long time established band. I mean, it's similar to, like, we joke all the time when they have an artist series and we're like, we have no idea who this is. And it's like, they're clearly still very important and successful artists. They're just not in our world.
Right.
So if you're not familiar with Dream Theater, I can assure you that's what's happening to you right now, right? Like, Dream Theater can sell 2,000 to 4,000 tickets in pretty much any city in America. Like, they're a big deal. And so it's also weird to refer to them as lesser known.
Well, and they did not mention
Yeah.
Dream Theater by name. So this is a general statement.
Right.
But I thought it was an odd general statement given that this was my message to them. I'm seeing lots of chatter about music being swapped out in classes. One notable one was a dentist class where a 10-minute Dream Theater song swapped out 3 other songs. I went on with more questions, but regardless, it was like I did specifically mention it, and it was a dentist class, which means it was a ride.
Right.
And so I don't know. The response was just weird in general to me.
For sure. So here's my interpretation.
Let's hear it.
I think that, one, this is obviously a cost savings measure, right? And especially when you're replacing 3 songs with 1 song, right? So bands like Dream Theater are really going to benefit if you got super long songs and they're like, hey, we can pay you once and you eat up 11 minutes versus paying 3 times in 11 minutes.
This bodes well for Taylor Swift.
Yeah. But also, I feel like, and look, I'm a rock guy,
I know you are.
but my guess is across the platform, the metal and prog stuff probably isn't super utilized in the same fashion as a lot of the other classes. So I feel like that same thing is probably true for like the floor classes, like the other ones they mentioned in that.
Mhm.
And so, again, not that they're not utilized, but they're not going to get utilized in the same way as a ride is, right?
Mhm.
And so they're like, well, why spend a bunch of money on these once they've been out for 6 weeks or 2 months when you can see the metrics are dropping? And like, so we will quietly swap these out rather than purge them, and it will lower our overhead because we know based on the long tail that 90% of these classes' views have already occurred.
Well, that's another thing. I had somebody reach out. They're the one that sent me the Reddit link to begin with. I mean, I had seen some of these conversations here and there on Facebook, but this one was pretty in depth. And the person that sent this to me was just like, why aren't they just purging the classes? If it's like, why would you not just purge it if it's licensing? Purging has its own
Sure.
issues.
You're trading one set of problems for another.
You are. And it's also, you're reducing the amount of content and it's a lot easier to go in and put new classes in to existing content and keep that content up than it is to just with a blanket sweep all
Right.
of these classes out.
Yeah. You hate to lose a class because of one song, or I guess in this case, 3 songs. But I would also say, if you like metal and prog rock, you have very few classes to choose from.
Yeah.
So to purge some,
Is also upsetting.
you're taking out a much higher percentage of that genre of music.
But I want to be clear, this isn't just affecting rock and prog
For
classes.
sure.
Like, I mean, you
Absolutely.
keep saying that, and
Yeah.
that's what people are going to hear.
Yeah.
And it isn't.
Right.
It's affecting all across all genres.
Yeah.
So people need to understand that part as well.
Yeah.
This is not directed. Now, another thing that I think people sometimes lose sight of is everybody uses Peloton in a different way. So some people will take classes over and over again,
Mhm.
but there's a lot of people that never take a class twice.
Right.
I fall into that category. They could be replacing songs after every class I take, and I would never know.
Right.
Because I never take them again.
Yeah.
Having said that, the floor classes seem to be the ones that do get retaken the most, because if you find a strength workout you really like, it's easy to repeat that. And a lot of times the way that splits or programs or anything like that is suggested by an instructor, they will be take this 4 weeks in a row. So
Right.
you tend to repeat those a lot more than
Sure.
you do a bike class
Yeah.
or a tread class. So that brings its own set of issues. At any rate, apparently this is not something that's going away. I will one more comment about this and then I will let it go. There's a lot of people that are like, this is terrible compared to, you know, all the other companies who have like a shitty music library. While I agree that this is not headed in the right direction for Peloton, let me tell you that a lot of these companies are like a step away from closing. And for example, Aptiv, like they've been around for a long time. And they are like, they haven't even released new classes since August, and their people are pissed because they're paying a monthly fee.
Yeah.
So while Peloton may not have every single thing you want at the level you want, it's still, in comparison to these other companies, still way ahead.
For
way
sure.
ahead.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I love Tonal, but even they have like they just have radio stations, and
Right.
it's not programmed in at all.
No. Now, I would argue that music isn't as
It's not
integral
nearly as important. I agree.
to the tonal experience as it is to the Peloton
I
experience.
completely agree.
But when I used to listen to the music when I would use tonal, which I just listen to podcasts, but when I used to listen to music, like it was pretty bad. And it was like
it repeated a lot.
yeah, it was like 30 songs over and over again.
Yeah, they were. I mean, they're like there's Spotify playlists. I mean, they're not, but that's very similar to
Yeah.
it. It's not truly a Spotify playlist,
But at least now, if you're an Apple user, you can sync your Apple Music to it.
you can.
So like you can swap in your own songs, but you can't if you're right. It doesn't work if you're an Android. I don't think. At least it didn't used to.
No, and there is no Spotify.
Right.
That's why I was like, it's like a Spotify playlist, but it's not Spotify
Right,
because they
yeah.
don't have a partnership with it. I'm just trying to say that.
It's still way better here than anywhere else.
Yeah, exactly.
Coming up after this, Peloton's monthly challenge has some changes. We got a new deal in the Peloton Overse and a new partnership, so stick around.
The Clip Out.
Peloton's monthly challenge has added a new tier.
Yeah, now, just to be clear, there are tons of monthly challenges. So there's like one for rowing. There's one for how many reps you do on the guide. And I mean, there's all kinds. But this specific
One for how many songs have been substituted.
they haven't started that one yet.
If you find a substituted song,
You get to...
you tap your screen, you get a badge.
This particular one is the monthly challenge. That's like the activity challenge. The idea of this is that for, if you are active 20 days in a given month, you get a gold badge. If you do it 15, you get silver, and so on and so forth. Well, the lowest has always been bronze, but this month, they added a new tier called iron.
Okay.
And if you get 5 active days, you get the iron badge in any given month. So you got to think about, why is that? Why would they do that?
Right.
Why did they only do it to this challenge? And my theory is because they want to be able to tell the public, like, this is how many people participated in our challenges. And this is how many people completed at least one level of our challenge. And so now they've made it more accessible to people. That's what I think.
Yeah.
I think it's to help their match. I don't know. I mean, maybe there's another reason.
Yeah.
I don't know what it would be.
Yeah, I don't either.
So I think it's kind of fascinating.
Yeah.
I mean, these metrics are metrics that you hear about during the earnings call. Like, this is how many people did this and this is how many
Yeah.
people did that. And to be able to say that, people are getting this many badges, it shows consistency. And,
Right.
and to be fair to Peloton, like, I'm saying it a little like that's amusing because it is.
Yeah.
But to be fair, 5 days a month when you were doing 0
Yeah.
is a thing. That's still more consistent than a lot of people in the world.
Also, if you're doing 5 things a month on Peloton, that doesn't mean that you're not doing other things elsewhere.
That is very true.
So, like, maybe you go to the gym,
Mm-hmm.
but you don't use Peloton when you're there,
Yeah.
and so it could be an augmenting other fitness routines.
Very good point. Very good point.
Peloton has launched 0% financing.
They have across all of their different equipment, you can apply for 0% financing, and that is for up to 36 months. And this is a very limited time,
Right.
only until May 12th. And you have to qualify.
Right.
Like you have to.
Sure, I mean, it's a credit.
Yeah, I
thing,
know, but like people hear this and they just assume there are some people that just don't get that there's
Yeah.
caveats. So I just wanted to make sure I said it.
So 0% financing through May 12th. So if you've had your eye on a guide, this is
the guide is no longer
this is
sellable.
your chance
No,
to pick up a guide.
no, it
It's
isn't.
0% financing.
No, because the guide is no longer sold.
But so that would technically be 0%. So there. I win.
Okay.
Peloton has partnered with
It's Hospital for Special Surgery. And
His-
again, I just want to say they had already partnered with them. Like I hate whenever we put these articles out and the only this is my own frustration with the way that you have to play these games, okay?
Yeah.
You have to say the same stuff you've already said before because people don't read.
Yeah.
They don't read. They literally will just read a headline and move on.
Mm-hmm.
So Peloton had already partnered with them way back. This is months ago.
Yeah.
And the difference here is they were featured in Fortune magazine, which was pretty cool. And that's a pretty big get to be featured in Fortune magazine. And they're Peloton is kind of on a roll in that particular direction lately of having a lot of good coverage, which is nice. So yeah, they were featured. It had Peter Stern in it, and it also had Dr. Brian Kelly in this article. This alliance actually dates back to October of 2025. And you might remember me being like all surprised by this. They actually have a phone number that you can call to like use for like, can I do this? Can I do that? Like it's a phone number that anybody can
Oh, wow.
use to ask people questions. I think that's really cool.
Yeah.
So they are talking about how to, in this article, weaving in clinical musculoskeletal expertise into Peloton's fitness programming. I'm tired, so that was amazing.
Yeah, no, that was well done.
They said in this article, which I didn't even realize, that the American average lifespan now stretches past 79 years. I didn't realize we were up that high.
Okay.
And
Got a little bit more time than I thought.
yeah, but
Uh-oh. Here
the
we go.
number of years spent in genuine physical health has not kept up with that. So that kind of like we have talked about before,
Right.
living versus living well. So that's what they are targeting. The people that need that help to bring that better. So knowing how to prehab things like making sure that your knees are strong enough to lift weights, making
Yeah.
sure that you're not only cycling so that you don't just blow out your knees, or
Right.
only running so you don't blow out your knees. Like both can hurt your knees in different ways. And so there are all kinds of things that they are talking about. And the biggest thing that comes out of this partnership is that there are specific goals like improving mobility, supporting recovery, preventing injury, and extending the number of years that members can keep moving at the pace that they want. So that's the idea, and that's where they're hoping that people will continue to see the benefit of it. And I think it's a really good thing, like I said, that they were featured in Fortune magazine. That's a good step
Yeah.
towards people recognizing that. And when Peloton says they're moving towards fitness and they're not just a bike company, this is the
is
type of
part of
thing
it, yeah.
that they are talking about. Yeah.
Want to be like baby Jessica, living well.
Well,
Too soon? She's like 40.
she just got arrested last week,
I know,
so
right?
maybe not.
Oh, sorry. Sorry, baby Jessica. I'm sure she loves being called baby,
Baby Jessica, I
Yeah.
know. Yeah.
And now I like to think this is the righteous Jim Stroom's baby Billy.
Yeah, baby Billy.
Uncle Baby Billy.
Uncle Baby Billy. God, I love that show.
Instructors in the news.
Tunde is getting her own apparel collection.
Yeah, it's been a bit since we've had an instructor have an actual collection that
Yeah.
came out. This one is already being very highly sought after. This will sell out so fast.
It's like old times.
It is old times.
Yeah.
It is old times. So last week they did somebody put a like sneak peek, if you will, of
Yeah.
just some images because they were Olivia Nicole got the box early and she like posted some sneak peeks of it, and it looks amazing. There's the collection has leopard print, there's purple, there's blue, white athletic pieces, there's leggings, there's sports bras, there's tees like t-shirts.
Oh, okay.
And as you know, that palette, that aesthetic are like super Tunde. Like
Yeah.
if you were like, name Tunde, it would be in colors only, colors and prints. That's
Yeah.
all you can say. Like I just did. So that's really cool. And they also, yesterday, Peloton posted a link that you could sign up to be one of the first people to order it. So you can like go sign up for a link. By the time that you hear this, all this will be like a moot point because it will all have already happened. But yesterday they posted that. We posted about it. So if you weren't on it, that's on you. And I think this is going to go so fast. And I'm hoping this is a sign of things to come, of fun prints,
Yeah.
whimsy, getting back to that like, oh, I'm excited about the apparel
Right.
coming out. And I have to give props to the new apparel person because I'm hoping she had something to do with that. And I'm hoping, even if she didn't have anything to do with that, they will see the success that I
Right.
anticipate and they will head that direction.
I've always wondered why. Like, I get that they don't want it to be like super difficult to get Peloton stuff, but I've always wondered why they didn't do both. Like, here's a line of stuff
I know.
that's we have a bunch of, and you
like
can,
make that your Lululemon
yeah,
collaboration.
You can drop it and get it whenever you
Yeah.
want. It's
Right.
always there. And then in the meantime, here are these little boutique capsule collections.
They do have some of that. Like they have what they call like an everyday collection. Seems to be some of their cadence stuff, some of their, I can't remember, but this is the real soft material. I absolutely love it, whatever it's called, because it's
Is
like
that the Beyond Yoga?
no.
Oh.
There is no Beyond Yoga at Peloton anymore.
Oh, sorry.
Like, do not get people up in arms. That's a whole thing, Tom. You have just I'm talking about Peloton's specific lines.
Sorry, people.
But they have like a real soft collection that they do. So you know those like hoodies that I wear when we
Mhm.
go, we travel. It's always what I wear when we travel.
Gotcha.
And that's the collection I'm talking about. I can't ever remember the name of it, but it's very soft and it's very comfortable. And that's a huge thing that they always have in stock and basic colors, you know. But I agree, they need to have the fun stuff, the stuff that sells out really fast. I mean, guys, you got to figure out a way to have these things still selling for $400 6 years later. Like that was cool. That's the goal. That's the vision in my mind.
Absolutely. So Ash Pryor has been out with some medical stuff, but good news, she will be back earlier than originally anticipated.
Yeah, I mean, she's on the schedule for Mother's Day programming this weekend. And we were all really surprised to see it because we thought the first on-demand class we saw, or the first live class we saw, was coming up in May, but it was May 24th. And so
Right.
that's when we thought she would be back. But like, it looks like it's going to be this weekend. I mean, it could always be a last-minute change.
Yeah.
You know, she's still going through rehab on her knee and doing, getting better and doing all the things you got to do to take care of yourself. So anything could change. But right now, it is looking like she's going to be back this weekend, which is exciting. And she
Yeah.
was actually at the studio. She was at the offices this weekend, earlier this week. And she was like visiting with people and stuff. So looks like she is back.
Awesome. And speaking of returns, Selena Samuela also back on the live schedule.
Yeah. May 7th was the first official live class. And we are so excited to see it. She's so excited to be back. She's so excited to be back that she shared our article talking about the fact that she's back, which I love. And I love seeing Selena as a happy mom.
Yeah.
She is in her element. She loves her her kids. She enjoys time with her kids, and she also really enjoys the Peloton community, and it shows. It's beautiful to see. So she is also going to be having some Mother's Day programming this weekend as well. So I'm
Awesome.
very excited about that.
And speaking of returns, not a
Yeah.
repeat. This isn't a weird edit.
No.
Olivia Amato also returning to the schedule.
Yeah, and there's a lot of people making a lot of comments about Olivia. I'm not gonna get into it, but let's just say
Yeah.
that she did briefly say that she was away because she was freezing her eggs, and we would have talked more about that, but we wanted to respect the fact that she also said, "I will share more about my journey when it's time." So we have kind of just let it go
Right,
because that was her choice to do so. But she's back. That's a process that takes a little time for recovery.
Mhm.
We're glad to have her back, and can't wait to see what's next for her.
And while we're talking about fertility stuff, Johanna Riku has also shared her fertility journey.
She has, and now her journey. Every woman's journey is very different.
Well, for sure.
This one looks super different next to Olivia's because Johanna has a child, and she is on a very different timeline than Olivia.
Mhm.
But she went and she's had different fertility procedures and things like that. But she decided, I'm gonna go and freeze some eggs, like give myself some options here.
Yeah.
And she also had a really lot of posts about this because she wanted to be really outspoken about it because there are not, in her words, not a lot of Black and brown people speaking up about these things, about reproduction and freezing your eggs
Right.
and the fertility journeys and infertility and things
I've
like
never
that.
thought about it, but that seems accurate.
I mean, it does, unlike in every subject.
Yeah.
So I think it's really cool that she's out there. Johanna just continues to surprise me with the many layers of Johanna. She is quite the onion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I also, speaking of fertility and freezing eggs, Devil Wears Prada 2.
Yeah.
I thought it was interesting, like how commonplace it's becoming. There's just like a little throwaway line. So I don't feel like this is a spoiler or anything.
I don't feel
But-
like it changes the story.
No, but there's like a throwaway line from Andy, the Anne Hathaway
Mm-hmm.
character, where she makes a reference to the fact
Yes.
that her character has frozen her eggs.
Yeah, somebody asks. I thought it was a cute setup because somebody asks like if she has kids, and she's like, "Oh, they're on the East Coast." You know?
Yeah.
or whatever she said.
Or like the East Side.
Yeah.
She's like in a fertility clinic or
Yeah.
whatever. Yeah.
The joke fell flat, but I thought it was adorable.
Yeah.
Like in the conversation, the fake conversation she was having
Right.
as part of the movie.
They
it
looked
fell
at her like
flat.
she was crazy for saying it. Yeah. But yeah, I just thought that was really interesting because it also makes sense that a woman of her age who is childless might do something like that.
Yeah,
Like
she's
it's-
focused on her career
Yeah.
and her life and just doing the things. And yeah, it makes total sense.
And then finally, a surprise appearance in studio for Alex Toussaint's Club Bangers ride,
Yeah, this one threw me, guys.
riding side by side, holding hands.
There was no hand holding.
well, that we saw.
There was no verified
That we saw.
hand holding.
Peter Stern and, wait for it,
John Foley,
John
y'all.
Foley.
What?
What? That's
Unheard of.
Yeah.
I mean, I am stoked, shocked,
Yeah.
as the kids say. I can't bring myself to say it. No, I can't do it. I can't do it.
Boy, I would love to know how that happened.
Me too.
I would love to know what it was like for Foley to be back.
I have so many questions.
I would love to know what it was like for Foley and Peter Stern to interact.
Yes.
Like,
And are they friends? Like maybe they've been friends this whole time and we
Like-
didn't know.
yeah, like they've, I mean, I'm sure that's a pretty small circle
Right?
of CEO types.
Mhm.
So like maybe they've known each other for years, and like maybe it's easier that like since Peter Stern isn't the guy who replaced Foley, he's
Right.
the guy who replaced the guy who replaced Foley.
Maybe.
Right? So maybe
Maybe.
that takes some of the sting out.
Also, let's face it, Barry was not exactly cuddly.
He was not.
So
And there's an age difference too, right? Like these guys are more of the same generation.
they are. Yeah,
So-
that's a good point.
But yeah, like that is why I have so many questions.
I know.
So
yeah.
many questions.
If any of the old guard is listening right now
Yeah.
and you have any information, please send
Yeah.
it my way. I
But-
want to know.
I also am glad that he's at a point
too.
psychologically where he could come back and enjoy a ride, right? Like,
Absolutely.
this was his baby. You can't change that fact.
You cannot.
And like, it would be a shame if he
Couldn't enjoy it.
couldn't enjoy it.
Yeah, I genuinely hope that like he rides his bike at home all the time. I really hope so. I haven't seen him on the leaderboard, but doesn't mean anything.
I
He
could
could
also
have
see
a
him.
totally different name.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's like a million different.
Right.
Yeah.
If I were him, I don't think I'd be riding under my established leaderboard name.
I agree.
I would have difficulty doing that. And if he does, but good for him. I'm just saying that, like, there's a lot to unpack.
It is.
A whole lot.
It is.
Yeah. So, well, congrats and hats off to him.
So cool. Either way, so cool.
Other connected fitness.
Whoop is getting a long anticipated update, but here's the thing, it has nothing to do with the software.
It's so funny. I mean, it's really funny how like the smallest thing can cause the biggest waves. They released a new band this week, really. And it's a band that's like a rugged outdoor climbing, doing like rugged activities band.
Yeah.
The biggest thing about it is like the way that it clasps, it's like it will not come off. And for people who do strenuous activities and wear their Whoop, that's a huge deal because sometimes they can bend, they can break, they can fall off. And, you know, this is something that like you can't just go replace at the store. They don't have a new Whoop.
Yeah.
You're missing your data when it falls off. Like it's a big deal.
Yeah.
So for having all of this like excitement around it, people are so freaking excited about this band.
I mean, if you're a Whoop wearer,
mm-hmm.
you're an active person by virtue of definition.
Yeah.
Right? Like most,
yeah.
You're not, if you're that concerned about tracking your metrics with that granular of specificity, then you probably have lots of movement in your life.
Yes.
And so it stands to reason that you're knocking that thing off all the time.
Yeah. I will say this is more for people who are like not only active, but like rough active.
Yeah, like outdoorsy. They're
Yeah.
mountain bike riding and rock climbing and
Yeah. Yeah. And I don't want this band because it's super boy-y. It's
Sure.
like, and it's not even pretend feminine. Like,
yeah.
And that's okay.
Right.
Like, that's okay. It's just not for me.
Yeah.
But it's funny to see how excited people are about this and how quickly it's been selling, and people are just nuts about it.
Yeah. And this isn't officially on the list, but speaking of new designs, Tonal has Pilates loops in
yeah.
different colors.
Different colors, and they're so pretty. They're so pretty. Yeah. I mean, I don't need more than the one, so I'm not allowing myself to buy another one. But if I just had money like just coming out of all the places,
Yeah.
I would totally have one of every color.
Or if we had a very designed workout area where there's like a color palette or something.
Yes.
That's not really what we got going on. But if we did, I could definitely see somebody being like, oh, this matches the wall.
Yes,
Yeah.
totally.
Past guest update.
Ross Rayburn, past guest
Mm-hmm.
and past instructor,
Mm-hmm.
has launched his brand new Substack.
He has. He is out there getting all kinds of yoga information to people, breathing, relaxation techniques. He's also helping people with posture techniques. Always makes me sit up whenever I say the word posture. He was recently filming content in Central Park. I'm pretty sure he lives very close to Central Park. And he was out there with like doing posture corrections. And some of the people were asking me like, why on earth would he do that? Like, is he just like, is this his thing now? He's trying to like, he's going to be out in the park. And I'm like,
Right.
no, he's filming content. Like, it's not easy to film content, especially in New York. You got to rent a place. You got to pay
Yeah.
for a videographer. You got to, it's like a whole thing. So
It would be so weird to do that in public.
yeah,
that-
but I mean, it's also Central Park on a nice day. And
Yeah.
it's not like you have to do a posture alignment. It's not like you have to bear a lot or you know
I
what
just
I mean?
meant the performance aspect of anything.
Oh,
Even if
gotcha.
you're just
Oh, yeah.
talking to camera, it
I
would be
hate
weird.
I hate filming myself.
Yeah.
I hate even taking a picture in front of other people.
Yeah.
Like I usually tend to do it really fast because I don't like other people seeing me do that. So yes, I agree with that aspect of it as well. But congrats to Ross.
Absolutely. Coming up after this, we're going to take a look at content, give you the TCO top 5, and all the classes that you should be thinking about. So stick around.
New content.
It is time for the TCO top 5. You have told us your favorite classes, and then we have decided if you were correct. Here's where we landed.
Yeah.
Up first, your favorite 80s ride.
Yes, this was nominated more than once. It was the 30-minute 80s ride with Sam Yo from May 2nd. Turns out it was a video store, one of his famous video store classes. And we want to see a collection of these, by the way. But we had a couple people nominate this. The first was Sarah Andres Sale. She said Sam's 30-minute 80s ride from May 2nd was a trip to Sam's video store. It has great 80s music from movies, a tough roadmap, a special appearance of the Aviator sunglasses, and an entertaining narrative to bring it all together. There really should be a collection of all Sam's video store rides. They are treasures. Facts, Sarah. Facts.
Number 2, your favorite strength class.
Yeah, so this class was taught by Jess Sims. It was a 45-minute full body strength from April 30th. Emily Caroline said, I have a habit of skipping things in strength classes, not always, or just getting bored, LOL. But this class was great. Start to finish, loved the whole format. There you go.
Yeah. Number 3, your favorite ride.
Yeah, so this was a ride taught by Allie Love on May 3rd. It was titled a 30-minute boss ride. And Marissa Zook said that Allie's boss ride from that day was tough, but so uplifting.
Number 4, your favorite rest and restore.
Okay, so this was a new type of class. It was specifically for Mental Health Month, but we are all hoping we see more of these. Several people nominated this. I only have 3 listed, but as the week wore on, I got more recommendations.
Oh, wow.
I've had DMs about this. Like, this class is lit. It is a 45-minute mental health rest and restore. It was a combination of a lot of things. There's meditation, there's breath work, there's yin yoga, there's body scan, there's meditation. That's all in one class, one
Whoa.
45-minute class. People have been saying things like, I felt like my entire nervous system was reset after taking this class. There was also this is from Sarah Lester, one of the best classes on the platform. Michelle Dalton Wagner said, if you have time this week, I highly recommend taking a break and taking this class. So this class is a don't miss. It would have been the unstackable, except for the fact that it was totally stackable. Like you,
Okay.
what I mean by that is it's not difficult, but it was by far the most popular class, and people loved it so much, and I'm really excited about this, and we're hoping we see more of this type of class, which is called it's a special kind of yoga.
It's like Nira?
Yeah,
You need a yoga class.
you need a yoga class. That is what it's called. That's
And speaking of unstackables, number 5, your favorite deep dive ride.
Dennis Morton is a national treasure, and he played one of my favorite albums of all times. So no joke that I feel that way. It is the 45-minute deep dive of Jagged Little Pill. He played the album in its entirety, except for the hidden song at the end.
Okay,
but
that's fair. It was hidden.
It was hidden.
It was hidden.
Jenny Capville.
Well, that's lost to time.
It is,
The
right?
hidden tracks.
The kids today will never know. They will never know the joy of a hidden track.
Yeah,
and that one was special
when
too.
The CD just keeps. You're like, why is this?
Why
CD
does it keep
still
going?
Playing? There's another song.
Yeah.
Sometimes I think Tool did this. The hidden track at the beginning,
Mm-hmm.
like the track 1 would start like 5 minutes.
Yep.
At the 5-minute mark, and you're like, what? And then you'd have to back up.
And there it was.
Like, you're a crafty one there, Maynard.
Well, Jenny Capville said it was a sneaky hard workout. And Kristen Aziz said another vote for Dennis's Jagged Little Pill. It was pure perfection. I have to give this a 3rd nomination. It was just delightful. And Dennis, God bless him. He's such a feminist, and I love him. And he has so much insight on music, but he also has so much insight on the world and how it affects everything going on in music. So it's like both. And I really enjoyed his commentary. The only time I was upset with him for talking was over You Ought to Know.
Yeah.
You know, other than that, you can talk away. But it was a great class. Great class.
Taking a look at this week at Peloton, all sorts of stuff. We have new Pilates with Hannah Corbin and Allie Love.
It's been a hot minute since Hannah Corbin has done Pilates. There was a long time ago she used to do Pilates, and then she no longer did Pilates. So we're
Gotcha.
seeing this as a return to Pilates, and we're excited about that because we're hoping that means she will continue to be on the roster. So that is exciting. 2020 was the last time Hannah Corbin had a Pilates class.
Whoa.
Yeah.
That's a long time. It was a different world.
It was a different world. Also, Allie is returning, and it's the first time that she's done this content since 2021.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So bring it back, ladies.
We also have a Bollywood slow flow.
Yes, this is fun. Aditi Shah made this playlist with her dad.
Oh,
Isn't that sweet?
yeah.
I love that. So that's coming up this week. And so by the time you hear it, it'll already be out on demand.
And just think, in like 45 days, you can take that Bollywood slow flow, but with Dream Theater.
That would be weird.
Maddie's got a new walk and talk.
He does. This Friday is going to be a walk and talk, and I can't wait to hear what the topics are this week.
And a Celebrate Festival season.
Yes, Electric Daisy Carnival ride with Jess King on Friday, May 8th. Don't know who they are. They are not my jam. Have fun, y'all EDM folks.
And then we have classes that are on our radar, and therefore they should be on yours.
Yeah, Selena back. We're so excited. We mentioned that. She's got live classes on May 7th, May 9th, and May 10th. And she will be doing a Mother's Day walk plus run on Sunday. So glad to have her back. So glad to see her.
We've got live cross-training week 4 finale.
This is it. It's done after this week. It's the usual lineup of strength and cardio and core with Emma. But again, it is the last week. So, and don't feel like you missed out. You can go take Ellie's classes on demand, and it's all in a collection. So you haven't missed anything. You can
Yeah.
still do it.
Do it whenever you want.
That's right.
Until they purge it or add Dream Theater. We've got the Germany Spring Challenge. I'm not going to try and say
I know.
however they say spring in German.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, their challenge is midway through 3 weeks of all 10 German instructors, and it's already halfway through because it was only 3 weeks. So it's speeding through.
Yeah. Mental Health Awareness Month classes are here.
Yeah, we've got a cool down ride with Christine, mental health ride with Hannah Frankson, a meditation. This week is also an outdoor walk with JJ and a walk plus run with Jeffrey, and that is available in German.
I don't know if it's fun, funny, or offensive that mental health awareness starts with a cool down ride. Just cool down. Just cool down, people.
That's a good point.
Asian and Pacific Islander Heritage Month classes.
Yeah, there's going to be a K-pop ride with Allie Love. There's going to be that Bollywood slow flow we mentioned earlier. There's also going to be Taki Monster with Emma Lovewell.
I don't know what that is, but I love it.
I just want to say it over and
It's
over
fun
again.
to say. It's
Yeah.
also my initials at the beginning there.
It is.
T-O-K.
Yeah. There's also a pop upper body strength with Katie Wong.
It is also Jewish American Heritage Month.
Yeah. Jewish, they dropped some classes yesterday, and there was an encore class from Anna in the schedule. I don't know why all of a sudden it was Anna. Anna. I can't talk. But anyway, this class is going to be on May 8th at 2 p.m. Eastern. It's going to be a 20-minute Jewish American Heritage flow, and it will drop on demand.
And Mother's Day
Mm-hmm.
is being celebrated in the U.S. and Germany.
Yeah, and
So-
I don't know about Australia. I don't know
Oh, I
how
forgot to
they.
look
I
up
don't.
Australia.
Yeah, I don't know.
My guess is, I wonder, I feel like that would be more apt to mirror the UK.
I mean, that makes sense. I
But-
just don't know.
Yeah,
I'm just not knowledgeable. I'm a typical American.
yeah. So if you are from the UK, don't worry. You don't need to get your mom anything.
No, you already did.
You already did.
Or you didn't, and then you need to worry a lot because that was
Yes.
a couple months ago.
Yes.
But yeah, tons of content this weekend. There's going to be Eric Yeager's doing a run. Charlotte Weidenbacher is doing a ride. Kirsten Ferguson's doing a hike. Chelsea Jackson Roberts has a yoga flow. There's going to be a ride with Allie Love, that walk plus run with Selena we mentioned earlier, and a row with Ash Pryor. So lots happening.
So Australia, I looked it up.
Okay.
They also celebrate in May.
Okay.
So they do not do what the UK does.
Okay. So
Which is fascinating.
it is fascinating.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We also have a new Club Peloton class that has been unlocked.
Yeah, this time it's a hit run with Bex Gentry. It's going to be 30 minutes. It's going to be taking place on May 12th at 6:30 a.m. Eastern. Notable, it is for legends, but anybody who is gold member or above can get early access and take this live. That's the first time with a legend class that we have seen that. It's also the first time we've had a legend run, as far as I know.
Oh, fascinating. Peloton has also launched Race Training Team.
They have, yeah. So it's this time of year. There's all the races. Everyone's starting to gear up for the fall marathons, half marathons, etc. And so over on their teams, they have a new race training team that is an official Peloton team. So there's going to be members of the Peloton staff and, of course, our coaching staff that are going to be there giving tips and helping people with different questions and things like that. So great place to keep in touch with other people who are training for races.
Maddie Majacomo has a May challenge for you.
He does core every day in May. And listen, people, spread the word because people don't know how to read. It's not in a collection. It's not in a program. Maddie made a list of classes to take that already existed, and then he's challenging people to take them every day. We have all the classes listed in our article. Maddie has it all up on his socials, so you can find them anywhere. Also, little note for people. If you're in a time zone other than Eastern, if it's an on-demand class, it dropped a different day. So if for instance, it says Emma Lovewell, first day dropped on July 30th. For people like me in the Central Time Zone, it dropped at 11 p.m. on 7/29.
Gotcha.
So you have to know what time zone you're in and how you're affected by that.
They should just drop them at like 2 a.m. or something, and that way everybody gets
No,
the same
it really
day.
wouldn't matter because there's still people in other countries.
I guess.
Yeah, that's the
Yeah.
problem. Like
Yeah.
there's no way to do it. But there are so many people that I had reach out to this week because they kept saying I can't find it. I had
Yeah.
so many people tell me they couldn't find it. And it is kind of crazy to me that they're not like on demand because like at least that would have put people in the right direction.
Right.
But no, they did not say that.
PSL Run Club is back.
It is, and it's going to be taking place on May 13th, and we're going to have Hannah Frankson and Susie Chan in a special rendition of the Run Club. They are also official cross-training equipment partner of the 2026 Hoka Half Marathon, and it offers a 5K or 3K walk through London.
And then finally for this segment, Jess Sims is going to lead a free 5K for Mental Health Awareness Month.
Yeah, happening from the New York studio. It's the first time I can ever remember her doing the Run Club in New York. So for people who, and Jess Sims is not as easy to get to as she used to be because she does all of her events and all of her TV appearances.
Stuff, yeah.
So this is a really cool way for people to get an opportunity to meet Jess Sims if they want to do the Run Club and take a run with her.
Peloton birthdays.
We have 2 birthdays this week.
We do.
Coming up on May 10th, Susie Chan.
Happy birthday, Susie Chan.
And coming up on May 14th, us, the Clip Out.
9 years,
9
y'all.
years.
9
Holy smokes.
years.
Yeah. So, yeah.
Unbelievable.
It is hard to fathom
It is.
that we have been doing that long.
Weekly.
Yeah.
That's a lot of
Goodness.
us.
So, happy birthday to us.
Yes.
If you're trying to figure out what
Happy birthday to all of you for
Yeah.
listening for 9 years.
if you're trying to figure out what to get us, a shoebox full of 20s is always acceptable. Or
Share an episode.
share an episode, join the Patreon. There's
Absolutely.
all sorts of ways.
Yes.
So that brings this episode to a close. Until next time, where can people find you?
They can find me on Facebook at facebook.com/CrystalDO'Keefe. They can find me on Threads, Blue Sky, Instagram, or the Peloton leaderboard at ClipOutCrystal.
And you can find me on Threads and Blue Sky at Tom O'Keefe Jr. or on Facebook at facebook.com/Tom O'Keefe. Find the show online at facebook.com/clipout. While you're there, like the page, join the group, do all the things, and of course, go to aforementioned. So that's it for this one. Thanks for tuning in. And until next time, keep pedaling.
And running.
Really.
Clip in, set yourself free.